All right, everyone, here we are with ticker symbol CTRM, Castor Maritime Inc. And before we jump into this chart, I want to say welcome to all the first-time viewers and investors. Welcome to the channel, Invest for Tomorrow. To all the subscribers, welcome back. And as we dive into this chart, I do want every single investor and viewer to be aware that I have a new ticker symbol to share with you guys. I have a ticker symbol you won't want to miss with massive potential. I mean, I'm not one to hype or overinflate any stock, but this stock, the sector it's in, and everything I see about it, its chart, its infrastructure of business, and what you can compare it to, I mean, there's so much room. This is definitely one you want to have on your watch list and keep on your radar moving forward. So stay tuned for more information on that. I also want to announce that I'm going to have a Patreon soon, as early as tomorrow probably, or sometime later this week. I will launch it and you guys will start gaining access to it, and it's a great way to further support the channel. But in the Patreon, I will be talking about these ticker symbols as soon as I start adding them to my own watch list and I start looking for consolidation or some type of reasoning behind why I'm looking at it. I'll also share with you guys what really attracted me to the stock, and you guys will be able to see firsthand before everyone else when I start looking at these stocks, and you can start doing your due diligence early on as well. And we can discuss it together as a community. So that's one thing the Patreon will offer. And another thing is so much other information on stocks, charts, and so forth that I will develop, right, the Patreon over time. So there's going to be some great resources there as well. So stay tuned for that. So here we are, CTRM, Castor Maritime Inc. So it breaks through support and it's kind of hanging out sideways right now. So it hit a new low though. So we want to look at that, and we want to look at this a little bit zoomed out, but let's move our support and resistance to their new location, and let's see the 50-day moving average. So the 50-day moving average is 145. We're below it. Anything below it, bearish territory. Anything above it, bullish territory. So the lowest point reached here was 115. That is going to be a very important support level if our first support gets broken through, which is the second lowest point reached in the day, and that is 123. We're currently at 135. If 123 gets broken through, the next point of reference is 115, and you're going to want to see if the bulls are trying to reappear and bring it back up, or are the bears tearing this one down fairly fast. Super important to watch this carefully. Now, when we zoom out, this had a run from about 60 cents all the way up to a high here of almost $2, $1.95. And it's pulling back. So it's looking pretty healthy right now because this is profit taking and some uncertainty mixed in. But if we consolidate anywhere above maybe 108 or anywhere above $1 really right now is what I'm really looking for, it may be a healthy sign that this can kind of consolidate, stay within this type of channel here, you know, or a little bit closer, a little bit more narrower. Forget about this line here. Let's go ahead and click it and see if I can delete it. But what you really want to see is for this to kind of stay within this area and kind of move sideways until the next catalyst, right? And then it'll shoot up to newer highs and new resistance levels. It stayed above $1, and it was a healthy type of consolidation. No crazy spiking up, spiking back down, spiking back up. You don't want that. You want this to kind of cool off. But right now, things are looking a little steep though when you look at it from the bigger perspective on this downward direction. So you really want to dig deep into what's really pulling this back. Right now it's looking like profit taking and uncertainty, because we got to remember where it came from, way down here, and that is bound to happen. So we need things to cool off. The steepness needs to slow down, and this needs to start moving sideways a little bit. So we want to pay close attention now for the next coming days and the rest of this week if this is finally going to consolidate or if it's going to pull down even further. That's why these support levels super important to watch and pay close attention to, because 115 is the lowest that it's reached in this downward direction. Now, our resistance level is 142. If that gets broken through, the bulls are getting one step closer to the 50-day moving average, but it does not guarantee the bulls are getting back into bullish territory. This is just a stepping stone. So it's an indicator for us investors to know where the momentum is going. So 142 certainly needs to be broken through, but it does not guarantee the bulls have gained control until they cross the 50-day moving average and pull further away from it to maintain leverage into bullish territory. So 142 definitely needs to be broken through, turn into a support so that the bulls can start to pull upwards to reach newer highs and new resistance levels. As always, if you found this video helpful and informative, please do so and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell to turn on all notifications and not miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community, and don't forget to hit the like button to let me know you watch this video. Stay tuned to the end because I do have a ticker symbol you won't want to miss with massive potential. So for everyone that has stayed to this point in the video, the ticker symbol I'm about to share with you guys is a big opportunity. There's a lot out there, but this one is in a sector that the opportunity to the price per share, to the market cap, is just so undervalued because it's so fresh and new into the market, and also it's a growing company. Once it makes it just like the other big players in this sector, I mean, the opportunity will be big from this point moving outwards. So the potential here, according to this platform, their infrastructure and their business goals and everything that's projected about them, it's a big opportunity if everything obviously falls into place and so forth. So when I mean big, and you guys know I'm not hype, you guys know that I don't like to overinflate things or, make things seem bigger than they are, but I am here to emphasize that this stock is a big opportunity. So before we jump into the ticker symbol I'm going to share with you guys, I just want to quickly look here at Genius Brands. We talked about it yesterday, to add to your watch list. So this was at about 201 when market closed on Friday. So when I said this was a learning experience for anyone that didn't know or wasn't too familiar with it, it was showing signs based off of different indicators like the RSI, the MACD, and also the closer moving average, that there was a possibility that this could start to work its way up. Well, it certainly did. It went from 201 all the way to 220. Quickly dropped right back down. So the volatility, you can see it there. Now, you want to continue watching this one going into the week because there is opportunity probably for this one to continue to do this type of movement as long as indicators are showing that. But right now, the ticker symbol is kind of fighting, right, to stay above that $2 mark, and it's coming right back down, and it's coming back pretty fast. I didn't think that it was going to come back that fast. I thought it would kind of consolidate a little bit higher, then probably pull back and then run back up, something like that throughout the week. And who knows, maybe it's pulling back to this point. More investors look at it as an opportunity, load up on shares and bring this one back up. So you want to continue watching this one carefully, but this is a very speculative play, so I want every single investor to be aware of that. So what ticker symbol is it that I want to talk about? Well, it is OZON. This is the ticker symbol you want to add to your watch list. This is the big opportunity. So here we are. You can see how this IPO'd, right, at around $40. It ran up to 50, came back down, and then it ran back up to 56, came back down to 46. From that point forward, it spiked up to 68, and it's cooling off. So the cool thing about this one is that when you zoom in, yes, you could see the subtle downward movement in a very slow fashion because it's only gone down $4. But when you zoom out, you can kind of see that it's consolidating. It's hanging out within this channel. It hasn't broken through the $62 mark, and it hasn't broken through the highest point here after that drop of $66, almost $67. So you want to watch this carefully. If it breaks through 62, it could start to hit newer lows. And if it continues to stay in this channel, all it takes is another catalyst for this to run up. Look how small the market cap is. And what are they? Well, they're an internet retailer. They are comparable to Jumia. And if you want to compare it to the top dogs, Shopify, Amazon, eBay, and so forth. Now, even when we go to eBay, eBay's pretty small. These guys have so much more room. So who is Ozon? Well, they are the Amazon of Russia. Pretty much. Based off the articles and everything that I've seen, that's pretty much what they are. I look forward to seeing what you guys find about this one. If you want to comment down below, I would appreciate it. Or what you have found if you already knew about this one. But very important to do some research here on this and not miss out on knowing more about it. Because look at eBay. eBay's market cap is 42 billion and it's in the 60s range. So yes, it's almost in the same type of sector, but this is even bigger. Ozon is even bigger. Look at that, 11 billion. So if this was to go into the 40 billion mark, just like eBay, like we could see here, 42, and it's going for 62 a share, there's probably more that goes into the market share, right, of these two different sectors, and then also the market cap and the price per share that make these value differently. But once this hits like 40 billion, this is going to be upwards to, you know, maybe 2x or 3x the current price. Think about that. So when we go to Jumia, let's see how Jumia is doing. Now Jumia is comparable to this one. They're fresh, they're new. Jumia has a smaller market cap and they're around the same price per share, right? So there's room here even for Jumia, right? This is awesome stuff here. Now, when you compare the two of them, some people will say that Jumia has a little bit less of an infrastructure or growth potential than Ozon. One is better than the other. That's more of a like personal preference. But the top dog here that leads the whole pack is Amazon. Okay? Amazon leads the whole pack. Could these market caps of these companies reach these numbers? Possibly. It's going to take years, but it can possibly reach that. And if it even reaches half of that, just think about dividing this share price in half or even to 1/3 of this total amount and look at where these stocks are at. They're in the 60s. So much room here. So I definitely see big opportunity here. This is so fresh, and it started off at a nicer number than Jumia. That's another thing to consider. You know, it was priced in per share at a much better valuation than Jumia to start. Jumia was way back below $40. So this stock has started off, and if anyone that is an investor or viewer that remembers, you know, there might be some of you here watching my channel, when Amazon started, Amazon was around these prices, and it took years to get where it's at. But, you know, I'm not saying these are possibly going to be just like Amazon and that they are like Amazon, but the potential is there. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.